Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. About 2 months ago, I did a video called $600 to a Supra, and that was ultimately part one. Today, we're up to part two. So just to outline, in case you haven't seen part one, this was the plan. It was a little, I suppose, bet between mates on the golf course that I couldn't turn $600 US into a Supra. Now, it's a pretty hard ask, and there's a little bit more to the rules, which I'll explain in just a second, but it was stemmed off a video $400 to a Ferrari, which if you haven't seen the series, it's a cool YouTube series where a guy flips cars starting with a $400 car until he makes his way to earning a Ferrari. And that's sort of the plan here. So the rules are pretty simple. $600 US to buy some sealed product, time frame 3 years, and also any earnings from YouTube can go towards the total outcome. With the aim at the inside 3 years, that is the bet to turn $600 US into a Supra. So, can we do it? Here we are in the natural work environment. I'll spin the camera around for you though. This is what we want. Mark 5. Not going to get close to it. We'll keep the eye on the prize with the Mark 4, but just wanted to show you a Mark 5 Supra that's just been dropped off to work here. Lucky customer going to pick that up, the Savo. Azura blue. Very, very nice colour. And the interior, geez, they're nice, these, aren't they? I don't think I'm going to have any luck in Mark 5. Manual too, the manual's just been released in Australia, so prior to that it's been auto only. Been a little bit of a wait for this customer, but looking forward to handing the keys over to him. So I clearly won't be getting a beautiful Mark 5 Supra like that blue one that I just showed you in the clip, but let's aim for and keep our sights set on the Mark 4. Now, this journey started probably about 9 months ago. So I'm 9 months into 3 years. And I suppose it's time we actually check out what I bought with the $600 and how it's currently performing. So I got 2 Chilling Reign booster boxes at 195 Australian dollars each, which works out to be about 130 US, maybe a touch under. I got 2 Charizard UPCs at 165 Australian dollars. They're not quite as cheap as in Australia as they are in America, which makes it a little bit harder in the US. They worked out to be pretty much bang on 100, 101 US dollars a piece. I got 1 Lost Origin booster box at 185 Australian dollars, which is about 120 US. And I got 1, because there was a little bit of money left over and I had to make it up to 600, 1 Evolving Skies single check lane blister. Which with the EV promo in there, which brought us up to 600. Well, actually, it works out to be exactly, I spent 599 US dollars, so I had $1 left over. Let's see where they're currently sitting. So starting off with Chilling Reign booster box in this 9-month period, it's moved to $149.21. And don't forget, there is 2 of those. Moving on, the Charizard UPC has currently moved up to $104.37 US cents. Now, this is probably the interesting one because a lot of people are saying, yeah, it was printed to oblivion, it's never going to move. But, you know, it's been stagnant for quite some time. And I feel like it's got a collection or an collection of the best Sword and Shield sets sitting inside it, plus 3 awesome Charizard promos. It can't stay sitting at 100 US dollars forever. Even if it moves to 150 or 200 US dollars in 3 years, I mean, that's 1.5 or 2x your money. So I just cannot see it sitting at the place that it's sitting for too much longer. Next booster box that I bought myself, or next sealed product that I bought myself, was 1 Lost Origin booster box. Now they're currently going for 136 US dollars. So same thing. It moved up from 9 months ago. I was sort of banking on the fact that maybe it wouldn't get a reprint, and then it did. We all know it dipped prices a little bit. Also checked out the Giratina from that set. In Australian dollars, that's probably dipped somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 15% since the reprint, probably more like 10. So the set has taken a small hit, but probably not as bad as what we thought because it was still released at the new MSRP, which is the new Scarlet and Violet pricing from like that wholesale pricing. And the final one that I bought, that Evolving Skies single check lane blister, is currently at $14.94 US, so extremely close to $15. And again, that was just a piece, I guess, to make up that $600. So remember, I spent $5.99. The current price, if we put all of there's 6 products, isn't there? 2 Chilling Reign, 2 Charizard UPCs, 1 Lost Origin booster box, and 1 single Evolving Size check lane. So there's 6 products all up. currently sitting at $658.17 US. So we haven't really made much in 9 months in terms of a total figure amount, but if you look at the percentages, moving from $5.99 US to $6.58 US is pretty damn close to a 10% gain in 9 months. If you bought a share at, and I know not many of them are this dear, but if you bought a share at 150 US dollars or 150 Australian dollars, and all of a sudden in a 9-month period your share had moved from $150 to 165 US dollars, so a 10% increase, you'd be pretty damn happy with that share's performance in 10 months' time or 9 months' time. Like, extremely happy. Now, I know there's a bit of a difference between the two. When you sell Pokemon products, obviously you've got generally fees and shipping and handling costs, but you could also pass that shipping and handling costs on to the guest. I mean, registered post, you're only going to be, what, $15 or thereabouts, so you could pass that cost on at no stress. People would, like Evolving Skies booster box at, plucking one out of the air, but Evolving Skies booster box at 400 US, someone will be happy to pay $15 postage and handling. It is what it is. So you can absorb that cost. It's just the fees, which is sort of, what are they up to now, eBay? 12, 13, 12 and a half, somewhere around that percent that they take out of it. So I try not to pay too much attention to it. Otherwise you just end up crying, don't you? Anyway, we've moved from $5.99 US dollars to $658 US dollars in 9 months. So we've seen about a 10% growth in that period. Now, realistically, I know $600 isn't going to turn into a Supra. Like, it's not going to grow that much. It's not going to grow 4,000% in, or more, 40,000% in a 3-year period. I'm realistic that maybe that 600 US dollars I've bought in a 3-year period might, best case scenario, double to 1,200 US dollars, which is about 2,000 Australian. Might get me some tires. So I know that's not going to happen. But the second part of the equation was the YouTube earnings. So let's jump into that now. So YouTube earnings to date, I'm going to show them up on the screen. I got monetized not too long ago. So first of all, thanks so much to everyone that watches. Thanks to people that join in and comment. I just love talking to people about Pokemon investing, so it gives me a platform to do it as well. I'm sure it gives you guys a platform to sort of voice your opinions on here. So thanks to everyone that likes, comments, shares it around. It means heaps. There's been a few people, thanks so much, that have given the super thanks, which is a little bit of a monetary incentive for me to keep doing some videos for you guys. So thanks so much. It means a lot. So far, if you add all the YouTube earnings that's up on the screen, which is about 3 or so months worth, we've got 1,355 Australian dollars. I've converted this and made it easy to US dollars for you, which gives us $862.22 US. So where does that sort of leave us? If you add the two together, 862 US and 698 US, you'll realize we don't have a great deal. We've got 1,520 US dollars, or alternatively 2,389 Australian dollars. And the reason I've converted it to Australian dollars now is I've just done some shopping online for some Supras, and this is what I've found. The cheapest Mark IV Supra in the country that I'll bring up on the screen here, which is manual, naturally aspirated, is 25,000 Australian dollars, and it's done pretty high Ks. The first or cheapest manual turbo that I could find, which is the one that I actually want, is 47,000 Australian dollars. Done about 170,000 Ks, and doesn't really, I scrolled through the pictures, doesn't really look the world's neatest. Probably something realistic that would, not realistic, that's not the word, but something that I want, I would like. You'd want something lower Ks and really, really neat and tidy, something like this. A low K turbo manual in Australia is going to cost you about 80,000 Australian dollars. If you convert that to US, you're probably sitting somewhere around 50 to 55,000 US dollars. US viewers, how does that sit? I don't know. What's the Mark IV Supra market like on the US? Have they gone bonkers over there for a nice, neat one? Because these are dearer than what they were new here in Australia. $80,000, they weren't even close to that new. They weren't the cheapest sports car back in the day, but they weren't 80,000 Australian dollars in the mid or early to mid 90s. So if we look at all up, $2,389, I'm not even 10% of the way towards getting the cheapest Supra on the market as a Mark IV. And in a time frame, if you compare it 9 months out of 3 years, I've got a fair bit of work to do. Now, albeit I've only been monetized for about 3 months, and the work on the YouTube channel started not long after the bet started, maybe a couple of months after the bet started. I think the bet started in probably February or March, and I would have started the YouTube channel trying to get it up and running in April. So I've sort of been doing the channel, I suppose, for 6 months now, and the bet's been probably going for more like 8 or 9 months. So we've got a bit of work to do, we've got a bit of catching up to do, but I don't know, we might be able to do it. I do have a backup. If I don't get the Supra and can't quite get it, I will still buy something and I'll film it and I'll show you guys. If I can't get to the Supra, please leave me a comment down below. Keep in mind I'm in Australia, so we can't get a lot of the cars that are in the US. What do you think I should get? Preferably Toyota, but put anything down. What do you think I should get if I can't get Supra? Anyway, fun little challenge. I hope we can get there. This is part 2. I'll keep everyone updated every probably 2 to 3 months just with how things are tracking, particularly the YouTube earnings, how we're tracking towards that target, how the performance of the sealed products are going. It's fun yourself to check in to see how your sealed products are going, but I think I left this tip in one of my other videos. Don't overdo it. Don't check the market every day. Check every quarter or every 2 months. It's no stress. Check on the booster box you bought 2 months ago. You might surprise yourself with how it's going. Sit it in the cupboard, leave it there. Don't look at it. Don't get tempted to open it. Watch it go up. That's part of the fun of it. Anyway, let's keep going with it. I'm Michael. This is Pokey Oz. I'll catch everyone next time.